hitting home the need that we feel that is very important to express. Getting our agenda out there, and I think we do a pretty good job with that each and every day, Monday through Friday, 11 to 12 noon Pacific Standard Time. I am Zuckerberg. Oh, his name is Zuckerberg, isn't it? What did I call him? Zimmerman? It was a Z, I remember. Anyway, yeah. So comparing those two movies, you can't even compare. Though I do have a bias towards period pieces, particularly period pieces going back, like 100 years or so. It's hard to. It's just not very. I don't know. I like stuff that's about the now. So you would have thought that maybe I should have liked the Facebook movie, and in some ways I did find it interesting too. But this was good. That was good. All right. So anyway, that's my analysis, my recap of what I was watching on my DVD last night. Would you like to partake in the conversation? You can. 818-528-4516. But if you can, please direct your observations, your questions towards possibly how the creative aspects are instilled and developed. Oh, let's take this call here. Let's talk to Christian here. Hello, Christian.
Yes.
Yes, hello. How you doing? Yes, hello. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm
doing good. How you doing?
Good. I don't know. I wanted to call in, tell you that
You need to turn down your.
If you would do something today, but I guess you're not.
Yeah, turn down the volume. Yeah. That's better.
Right.
Is that better? Yeah.
Better?
Oh, yeah. So you had an idea for me to paint today?
See.
Yeah. See, I'm waiting for someone to come by, and then I got to do this other thing, and so then I just got preoccupied, and so I'm sort of like waiting for the doorbell to ring, kind of thing, and so today is sort of
this cheap you can paint old school VW Beetle.
Okay, a VW bus, a VW Beetle. Okay, old school, with like a little flower on it, like little daisies, like flower child painted on the car.
Yeah, like real 60s style.
All right, we could do that. I'll write that down somewhere.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right. Well, we'll write that.
See you later.
All right. Thanks for calling. Yeah. By the way, I did understand, and I think we all kind of understood what he was trying to say. But if just for a tip to turn down the volume when you're calling, in the chat room or through the broadcast, turn that volume down. Turn the radio down as it's old school vernacular, parochial, vehicular. All right. So anyway, just turn down the volume when you call, and then everyone can understand, and I can understand. But yes, okay. So we have a request for an old school VW bus, a bug, with maybe like some flower power stuff painted on it. Okay, that sounds kind of fun, and we might be doing that here in a sec. If I get my act together, I'm holding out. What's holding out is I'm wearing this lovely blue hoodie that I definitely do not want to get any paint on. I do not want to do that. because there's only a few items in my wardrobe that have no paint, and this is one of them. But you know what? It's not even true. I already got some paint on me. I already got a little red. Damn it! I'm just looking right now, and then there's some little stain here. So it's already happening. It's already happening. But I don't want to make it any worse. Baby blue looks good on me. Oh, thanks, Wiggles. Wiggles is our style consultant. Wiggles knows everything about haircuts and style. All right, so anyway, so I'm gonna take that off, and I don't care about this shirt. I can get paint on this. All right, and by the way, I'm not running today, but I think I am. I'm kind of falling into the. I feel like I need to paint because I do like painting. So I might at least do a jump in. So let's put this jacket away so I don't get it any more screwed up than it already got screwed up. All right, taking your calls here on the program, 818-528-4516, 818-528-4516. I'm a lumberjack and I don't care. I sleep all night and I something all day. Izzy Mars says, why not something about the ocean? Good question. And speaking of the ocean, let's. Can I get that shot in there of the ocean? How do I get that ocean? Well, that is the Santa Monica Pier, guys. That is with the ocean in behind. And so what we can do is put the ocean in the background, maybe. Now I don't know why I can't seem to get this. Well, okay, there I am. Okay, that's what I was looking for. Let's see what we can do then. With that in mind, add a horizon. We could add a horizon to it. Mr. Wiggle has a headache, and I have. What do I have? I don't have a headache. I have a date with you, right here, right now. Talking about painting, and of course, healthy living, healthy eating, exercising, and it's good to take a day off too. I mean, we're not necessarily running today, but we had been, and there's always a reason, there's always an excuse. We have plenty of those here. I always find excuses. Excuses make the world go around. They really do. More so than money, I think. Excuses. Well, so with that in mind, let's go ahead and see if I can get some gloves on here. Again, I'm sort of waiting for someone to show up at the door, and because of that, I'm kind of hesitant to get into a lather, into a froth with you all here today. I don't want to get so my mind's somewhere else. I'm actually somewhere else today. Though one could say that I probably always am somewhere else on this program. One could say I don't really ever make much sense on this program. One could say whatever the hell you want to say. But the thing is, it doesn't really matter, does it? It doesn't really matter what you think. It doesn't really matter what I think. What really does matter is that what's that word, guys? What's the word? Persevere. Persevere. I need to get a little button to hit, like one of those, a cart. I got to get a cart. That's what I need, so I can hit that button. Persevere button. Hit the persevere button. There's probably like a gizmo you could probably get, or I could probably upload it in our new software that we're kind of using gingerly. Gingerly. Maybe I could figure that out. Anyway, give us a call. Give us a call, will you? We're here to help you out. It is our mission. It is the on the charter. The charter, 1786. Since 1786, Let's Paint TV. We've been here this long to help you out with the creativity, baby. Creativity and the painting. Okay, so one glove in our hand here, my right hand. And did I See, the problem with reusing these gloves is that you don't know if you're actually, and I did that, didn't I? Putting your hand in the dirty side of the glove. And that's something to keep in mind when you're reusing gloves. All types of gloves. And that could be applied for all, any kind of rubber device that you put on your body. Keep in mind that if you're going to reuse these things, that you're going to have to really investigate what side has the goo, the nasty stuff, and you don't want to necessarily get your skin into that again, or ever. You want to stay away from that because you don't want those toxicities. In our case, the paint, the oil paint, to get on your skin, and yet I inadvertently did so just now. So just be careful. Lo and behold, be careful. Turn your head and cough, says Get a Life. Get for life. Get TV4. You should mark an X on the dirty side. Oh, that's a good idea. Oh, good. That's a good point. That's a good point. All right, so here we are. We're here. We're sort of waiting for the doorbell to ring, but it's not so much the doorbell will ring. The dog will bark. The dog's going to bark and announce this person that I'm eagerly waiting to have come in, and this person is not, by the way, going to be on the TV show. So just forget that thought. Forget that thought. That is just not going to happen. Okay, taking your calls, 818-528-4516. Again, and your suggestions on what we should do with this painting, how, and where. Kind of looks like a hubcap now. I'm seeing a hubcap. My goodness. It almost looks like a hubcap now. It's all these circles, different things. But I'm kind of thinking I might want to, we could bring in the horizon, such as we have in this painting, the photograph that we have here in the background. We could do that. Why don't we do that? Let's put the horizon in for starters. And then that might kind of reinvigorate what we have here. Because actually, at the moment, I feel I have a mess on my hands. I do. But there's nothing wrong with having a mess. There's nothing wrong with stinking it up, is there? Is there ever a better time to stink it up and to throw down the paint than now? Now's the time, guys. And if you're just a beginning painter, and the last time you painted was like when you were in kindergarten, or if you've been painting for a long time, and some possibly, you might feel a little stuck, like writer's block or creativity block. Well, if you mix it up, which we generally try to, though someone might say that maybe we actually don't because we kind of are just doing the same kind of mix-up every day. Good point, good question, good observation, John. However, we will keep those principles hopefully at a foremost attention span. But we keep them in play. Though we possibly keep them in check. Checkmate, baby. Checkmate. All right, taking your calls. There's the number right there. Okay, so do we have any? Oh, so is any follow up on that idea that maybe we should put fix the sky? Should we? Sounds good. Is that right? Light a match. Okay, so we're getting a lot of good information here. And as you can see, look at the line. I can just follow the line there, and go ahead and do that. I'm just going to put a line. We'll just put a line there. I'm just going to go ahead and put a damn line right through everything. Everything I put a line through. I know you're saying, geez, you just knocked out all that other stuff. It's okay. It's okay, guys. Hold your horses. it's not over until you want it to be over. It doesn't have to be one iota anything different. It doesn't have to be anything different. It can be. This is your world. This painting, when you paint or when you make artwork, you are creating your own world. You are doing all this stuff. And of course, if you're interacting with other people, which is always great, that's what we kind of do here, then you're also interacting and finding I hate this word, but I'm going to say it, a discourse. Ugh. Discourse. And so you're going to have this discourse. It was to go to the discourse. I just kringle. I Kris Kringle. I cringe hearing that word, but I did find my way using it. I found my way back to you. Found my way back to you, babe. Do 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 do. Hey hey hey. Do 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 do. All right. So anyway, so look at that. Look at that. Whoa. Okay. So now we'll put some orange up here for like the sky, like the sun setting, and then this will be blue. This will be a little bit of a blue of the ocean, and then this is going to be the buildings and stuff that are kind of leading the pier. I guess it's the pier. And actually, that is that photograph that we're seeing here is actually from the Santa Monica Pier. One of the more it's a wonderful place because it's actually free. You know, this is a free kind of gig. The Santa Monica Pier, though you got to pay for the amusement park rides, but visually speaking, going to the beach is a free gig. It's a free thing, and you can even find. I tell you what. I know how to go down there without paying for parking if you're going to drive down there. You just got to park up. Here's your tip. Park up on Ocean Avenue. It's just you just got to walk over walk over the PCH highway, freeway, whatever, road, and there you are. You're at the beach. Don't pay for parking. Just find free parking. I'm a big fan of that. What happened to the VW bus, Mr. N says? Wait, tell Oriana she's all the new technology. She's going to be like putty in your hands. All right. Okay, yes, Oriana will be here tomorrow, and she will be gracing our studios. Now, that'll be an interesting thing because now we'll have another mic situation. I suppose I'll just give her the mic that I have in front of the microphone there, in front of the speakers. And just let her hold on to that, and I think that'll be fine. That's resolved right there. Sometimes we think too much, but in a way, I guess you kind of have to, and in a way, you kind of have to, consider these things. Let's get back to the painting. What are you doing, John? You're starting to disintegrate with thought. You're letting your thoughts melt. They're melting. I'm melting. Okay, let's add some more white. I'm running out of white, but I have some more white over there. But I just need to get some white here on the palette, and then add some fresh paint. We're going to add some more fresh paint here, guys. Again, I find that this tends to be more or less the more painful part of the painting process and the messiest part, frankly. Is getting your hands. Hopefully it's not your hands because you got some gloves on, but getting messy by the applying the paint and all that kind of stuff. Oh, what did I do? Are we still there? Are we still here, guys? Do you hear me? Did we screw something up? Okay, we're still here. I bought some 99-cent. I bought some 2 9-volt batteries for 99 cents at the 99-cent store. Do you ever guys go cheap at the 99? I do it, and this battery is going quick. It's not lasting as long as the Duracell Pro cell that I seem to have had in the wireless headphone mic. Anyway, okay, so we're still trying to lay down paint. And like I said, this is the biggest drawback I find in painting is, and it also can be quite depressing because you're going, oh man, I paid good money for this paint, and now I'm putting it out on this palette, and I'm going to be throwing it down and making a big mess, and then I'm not even going to sell the painting. So you're kind of like, you start to question all these things, like, God, who's ever going to buy this crap, you know? And yeah, who is gonna? How is this ever going to pay off, John? You're leading us down the road of failure. You're failing, and we're failing. This whole program is a fail. But that's okay. That's okay if it is. It really is. Just tell yourself it's okay. It's okay. It's good to fail, guys. You learn from your failures. You learn from your failures, and failure can be a good thing. It can be a good thing, as much as it's a bad thing. And I think we as humans we want to think of it as a bad thing always, when it really is you're fooling yourself. Lessons are learned. Lessons are learned. Discoveries. And forget about the idea that it's a lesson learned. Forget that idea. Forget that idea that you learned something. It's think of the word discovery. I think discovery is a more has a better positive ratio for you in terms of using it for your advancement as an entity, whatever entity you want it to be. The discovery, as opposed to a lesson. Lesson is like, oh, that's a good lesson you learned. That's just a negative. A discovery, which can clearly be a failure, is a positive. And so sometimes it's good to work with the positive thoughts. But don't forget those negative thoughts. Those are good too, guys. Because you don't want to get all down and out forever, but it does happen. And live in that misery, live in that moment. And depression is part of you, and enjoy it. Enjoy. Just say, yeah, I'm really, admit it, and just say, yeah, I'm really depressed right now. I feel like shit right now. That's a good thing. Because then you've already set the table of I'm so low, there's nowhere else to go but up. See, there you go. So see how that we just switched it. We switched it up. We switched that negative into a positive. Okay, I put a little blue down, and of course I put some white and some yellow and some red, which I'm not happy with this red. It's a little too dark. I should have got some sort of red light, and I got a red medium, it's too dark for me, and I'm mad. I'm mad now. Do you want to call me? You can. We're here taking your calls on the program. 818-528-4516. That's the number. Skype us, Let's Paint TV. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put the an orange thing in the back and then a little bit of the sky. Okay, so now I need to clean the brush. I got to clean the brush a little bit. I have some paper towels, and I have my brush cleaning device, which is pretty helpful in this situation. I usually don't worry about cleaning my brushes, but every once in a while, guys, it don't hurt to clean your brushes. And particularly, it's probably more important when you are not painting as frequently as yours truly. I paint pretty much almost every day, but occasionally I'll go like a week or 2 weeks without actually painting because of various issues that pop up in my head, and so I'm not painting. But what happens is if you don't be cleaning your brushes, or you don't keep those brushes clean, then when you go for like that 2 week hiatus from painting, then those brushes get pretty stiff on you, And if they're acrylic, oh, forget it. If those are acrylic brushes and you got goop of paint on there, you're dead. You're not dead, but your brush is dead. There's no way coming back from that bad boy. But I'll tell you what, oil paint brushes, you still got a chance. You can bring that brush back to life. You can bring that brush back to life. And let me just show you real quickly what I mean. Here, let's get a close-up of a brush. Now, I'm not going to be able to bring it back to life so quickly, but you can kind of see how effed up that brush is. It should be a lot cleaner, but it still has a bounce. It still has some sort of bounce, but it doesn't have a lot of bounce. Now, this one is a newer brush, and look at the bounce there. It is a little more of a give. Okay, I should do a little how-to here. But anyway, so we're going to go ahead and clean this up on this little brushy guy here. And and what I like to do is wipe off the excess paint that you have on the brush, okay? And that pretty much is all you have to do if you're going to paint every day, guys. But if you're going to be like, again, a lot of us and most of you, most painters or most people who paint who are not actively painting tend to just paint once a week or once a year. So in that case, you probably should be make the effort to clean your brush, which is a little bit of a pain in the ass, frankly, after you've been painting for a few hours or all day. But it's really going to help preserve and keep the brushes just a little more elastic and healthy. And now there are some brush cleaning soaps that I've never had much luck with, but you can use those too. They kind of work. Okay, so there you go. And now this bad boy, is an older brush, and it's gone through a lot of trials and tribulations. And I'm going to try to clean it up a little bit and try to run it through the rinser. But it's got some stuff here that it will basically never come off. But maybe one of those soap cleaning devices could bring this back. It could. Now the other thing that I've done, guys, when your brush is all screwed up like this, and you just don't think there's a chance you can save it, is that you can take a razor blade and you can trim off some of the nasty parts that are just not doing you any good. But those parts can still be productive in the application of the paint, because it's just a different tool. It's a different, your brushes don't have to be perfect, because again, life's not perfect. Why do your brushes have to be perfect? Just one thought. That's a thought. You can take it or leave it. But sometimes these little odds and ends here on the side that are popping out, protruding, can give an interesting effect on the canvas. So it is not one. It's not. It's good. It's okay. After all, painting is endless possibilities, basically. Endless possibilities. Okay, so I kind of cleaned my brush, and again, I'm trying to use a big brush if I can. So let's go ahead and hit the white. We're going to hit the white, and we're going to make this more of a pink in the background, okay? So let's get this pink in the background if we can. And my brush, it's sort of not as happy. There's a little bit of a resistance with my brush right now, and my palette's kind of muddy, and but there's a little bit of a battle going on right now, and that's okay. I like a battle with I like battling with my paint. Okay, I think that can be a good thing. Okay, I think people because then we embrace the fact that it is a frustrating kind of thing at times. It's not always going to work out for us. But that's not a bad. That can be a good thing. That can be a good thing. Okay, just a little. Just a little timeout here. Oh, okay. I got a letter Let me open up this. This is kind of interesting. This I applied for a teaching job. I don't think it's. Let's see what they say. I don't think I'll read it out loud, but let's just see. Yeah. I know. Yeah, I like how they wrote to me though. They handwritten my name. It wasn't some factory produced address. So that's kind of sweet. I like that. That felt kind of personal, you know. It felt like when someone handwrites your name on a letter, that kind of, don't you feel a little more like you feel a little special? Okay. Well, anyway, it was. I applied to I won't name the university, but I sent an application, and they said, well, we'll keep it on file for a few years. So, you know, the only sad thing is if I actually did get a teaching job, you know what that means? That means that I might have to miss some of these days that I'm here with you guys. You know that? And that would be kind of sad. That would be. I'm not sure I'm up for that. I'm not sure I would let go. You know what I mean? Oh. But you know what? Money does talk. Money does talk. All right. Let's go. Let's get our gloves back on here, and let's get back to this background here. Now, don't be shy. Don't be shy. If you have questions about painting or exercising or really anything that you might think that I might be able to help you out with, you know, please feel free to contact us here at the Let's Paint TV studios, because we are here for you. We honestly, genuinely want to help you out and want to inspire you to stink it up, and at least make a at least at the very least a half-assed attempt. Half-ass it, baby. You know what I mean? You don't have to be so involved or you know, put all your resources in a particular project always. You know what I'm saying? You can also enter a project or enter a whatever endeavor that it might be in a laissez-faire way. Just sort of half-ass it. You know what I'm saying? Or again, why put all your chips, all your eggs in the basket? Just throw in one of your eggs in the basket and just see how that goes. Okay, should we get back to the painting? I think we should. Okay, so again, let's get the sky. So we're working on the sky, and let's just get back to that. Let's just shut up, John, will you, with that nonsense? All right, so we're kind of, and now I'm kind of going in between the various parts of the Ferris wheel, but I am not necessarily have to stay with that kind of operation. I can go over and knock out the particular areas that we see fit, and we can always fix it. That's the beauty of the oil paint, is that you have a lot more flexibility, and it seems now this is my own humble opinion, my own analysis, that the oil paint painting over an older oil painting, or even for that matter an acrylic painting, but let's just keep with the oils, can hold its attention span in terms of clarity and sort of what I'm trying to say is the breathing of the oil paint when you paint over old oil paint, there's sort of it works. The viscosity and the depth, it can handle it. Where I find personally, acrylics can't have a harder time handling a layer onto layer. That's just, and And I think anyone who's involved in painting would probably agree with me on that. Now, I know there's someone out there that will not agree at all with that, and but that's the beauty. That's the beauty. But I would say a high percentage of painters would probably, I would think. But then again. All right. So we kind of put down a case of white. See, we put down a case of white up there, and now let's add some. Get it kind of orangey. I'm going to go back to my smaller brush. I shouldn't, but I will. There's a tendency to do that. Let me hit my lemon yellow, and I'm trying to be careful so that it doesn't mix too much with with my dirty palette that I have going on here. Now let me hit it with some of this red, medium red, which again I'm not happy about that purchase, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work. And sometimes it is good to again work with a color, a new color or a new kind of frequency. It just kind of mixes things. It jazzes it up. Kind of you mix up the jazz or the possibilities. You have more variables at hand because you did try another hue. Okay, so we're just kind of working with the red and the yellow. Now, if you notice, I'm not making a big mound of color, and you can't see my palette, which I'm sorry about that, but apparently you're just not going to be able to see it. But I'm not mixing a big hoard full of color here. I'm kind of just sort of eyeballing it and adding and making my color work up here, because after all, like particularly like in a sky, the sky there's a gradation and stuff. So when you think about painting and working with the idea that you're going to spend all day on your palette mixing the correct color, so that you can then apply, seeking out the awesomest orange to put up on the sky. Well, you're missing out on a couple of valid points here about that, or faults. There's a couple of faults that I would suggest that these are faults. That could be faults, but you could also be making them work for you. But keep in mind, when you mix a particular color on your palette and you think you got it, and then you put it up there, it will not necessarily jive. It might not work because of various, because you have other colors bouncing off against that color. And there's some wonderful tests that you can do to prove how that is the case. One thing I always like to point out when in terms of that is just the obvious. If you go out and you look at the sky, if you look straight up into the top part of the sky, you will notice that it's more of a richer blue. There's maybe even a little red in that blue sky, a little alizarin crimson for that matter, but it's a rich color at the top of the sky. And then as you go down to the horizon level, boy, it's like lemon yellow. I mean, there's sometimes there's not even any blue in that sky at the bottom of that. So there's variables. In what is actually you possibly are trying to do. But again, that's not something that you need to worry about or even follow. Follow your own personal journey. And screwing it up and doing it all wrong is valid. It is a valid as anything else is out there. As anything else is out there when it comes to creativity, guys. Creativity, and for that matter, maybe life. But that's a little harder to. That might be just a tad bit harder to digest, frankly. But nevertheless, it is. It could be put into play. Could be put into play. Okay, so let's go ahead and add some more of this orange up here. And again, we're sort of having a little bit of a battle now. In a case in point, I mentioned, you don't want to, don't worry about your palette. But I'm at a point with my palette that it probably should be cleaned. should scrape the paint that's there, because it is at right now at a juncture of soup. I have like too much soup in my palette right now. So, but that's all right. That's all right. We're gonna. And again, sometimes you just need to. You got to make the wrong decisions in your application, in your paint. See, like I kind of like that orange, maybe a little more, has a little more punch than the orange here. Now, I didn't discover that until I hacked away and put down, tried a whole bunch of other possibilities. Okay, so now to really, what we probably should do is, I've been kind of careful about so much of this stuff, but really we should stop that, and we got to knock some of these areas out altogether, and then we can bring them back later on. So because otherwise we're spending too much time with trying to be all correct, and really when it gets down to it, it's not gonna work. Just in terms of the at least for what I'm trying to do, the sculptural part of the paint, I'm better off. I have found I am better off to just knock out and just give a big swath of paint that says the background, as opposed to trying to willy-nilly save the structure that I have already. We can always bring that structure back, and it's going to look. I think it helps. It helps what we're trying to achieve by doing so. Okay, so there we go. Taking your calls, 818-528-4516. It's Let's Paint TV. We're kind of coming down to the top of the hour, guys. I want to thank you all for watching the show. I didn't really expect or plan to do any painting, and yet we did get some stuff kind of started. We did get some stuff started, and I want to thank you all for hanging in there and partaking in our painting collaboration as we work together on this painting. And take your calls at 818-528-4516. Don't forget, go to letspainttv.com, where you can find out all the wonderful things that are going on here. A lot of new advancements in art are happening right here at letspainttv.com. Actually, I don't know if there really is any advancement, but there could be. There could be, and a lot of times, advancement is not necessarily something that you can quantify. It is incrementally or whatever. Let's take this call. Incrementally. Hello, you're on Let's Paint TV. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. How you doing?
Hi, John. I just want to say thank you for a great show. Good job on the sunset.
Okay.
That's all.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for calling. Thanks.
Keep it going.
All right. Well, thanks for the call. And again, you want to call and talk to us, you can. We'll. I don't know if we're going to work on this painting tomorrow, since we have we're supposedly having Oriana in on the show. So maybe we'll do something different with her in tow. But we'll continue on. And sometimes it's good to this is an oil painting, and we like to work wet onto wet, but also it's because of the size and sort of our ongoing investigation, it will dry. It's going to dry, and so it's kind of nice to give it a couple of days sometimes. Now, I'm not a big fan of doing glazes, but in effect, that's sort of what is happening here. Can be a sort of a glaze of sorts, but it's not in the traditional sense of how people go about painting glaze painting, which I really am not a big fan of. But if you are a big fan of that, please continue. I at the very I don't want to diminish anything out there when it comes to art related. And I think as anybody else does, has the tendency, we all have this tendency to diminish or discard anything that's maybe done that you don't understand, or you're not interested in, and or you just think that it's well, it's just not you ultimately, and it's just not cool in your mind ultimately. I think that's what it comes down to. Maybe that's really what the story is. It's just not cool enough for you. So, but please keep in mind that that's exactly what it is. It is just you, and it is your own issues that are causing these thought processes. And please, if you can, try to foster everybody's art passion for the arts and passion for creativity, whatever and however it takes them. Even though you really don't like, personally particular type of work, that has to take, you have to take that off the table, guys. That's not helping anybody. You're not helping yourself, and you're not helping them, and all that kind of stuff. Or maybe you are, and maybe you think you are, but I think if anything, you're just being a big a-hole, and you know it. So snap out of it, will you? All right, until next time, we'll see you tomorrow, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks again for watching this program. We're here every day, Monday through Friday, 11 to 12 noon, right here on Stickam, stickam.com, and at letspainttv.com. 11 to 12 noon Pacific Standard Time. And again, don't forget that we can watch the program and watch YouTube videos and all that kind of stuff there at letspainttv.com, and buy a T-shirt and all that kind of stuff. We have some paintbrushes. One is already has a bid, but there's another one also available. The bidding starts at $6. An honest to goodness Let's Paint TV paintbrush. We did an update. Someone did buy the Videonics MX mixer that actually doesn't work. They bought it for $100. So we are rich today. Oh boy, making tons of money selling our old, used electronic equipment. All right, guys. Bye-bye, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.